Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome to the Nashville Stars franchise. Last episode, the Nashville Stars advanced in the playoffs, and we reached the ALCS after defeating the world champs. Last episode, 3-0. We absolutely swept them, and it was like a huge broom sweep. I mean, it was a strong sweep. We blew them out of the water there in game number 3. We just take a pause in the MLB action to look at our AAA affiliate who is playing in the AAA championship game. We are star-studded here at the AAA level. A lot of guys that are fringe MLB players that just need to show that they can produce at a higher level. But they've made it to this championship game. They will face Sacramento, and we will see if our Stars can really come through and win in this high-pressure game here. It's a win-or-go-home game. Here is Ramon Elgato who comes to the plate here in the first inning. A double here with 1 out. And Elgato was a guy that I wish I would have had in my 40-man earlier in the season because he is not playoff eligible. But if he was, he would likely be starting in the playoffs at the MLB level. That's how good of a bat he is. KFC was supposed to be that bat, but he strikes out swinging at that one, and we'll see if he can produce in the future. Otherwise, his future with the Stars can be in jeopardy. James Wood also, he hits one well to short, but that one's going to be an easy ground ball. A guy that really needs to produce here is James Wood. So here we go. Damian Houston, who is one of the top pitching prospects we have. We have been developing him since the beginning of this series. This is his 4th season here in the minors, and you can just see right here, facing Sacramento, he's a good pitcher. I mean, he is definitely a guy that can hit his spots. He's got good command, and it's tough to really get solid contact on his pitches. And he gets Sacramento 1-2-3 in the first. Our best chance to score in this one came in the 3rd inning with bases loaded. James Wood at the plate here with 2 outs. A pitch up in the zone, gets blown right past him though. In our AAA affiliate, they begin to slip. On to the 8th inning. Brian Lacker, he watches one on the outside half, and he goes down looking with runners in scoring position also. Ramon Elgato, he comes up in the 9th inning, swinging and missing. And now we are down to our final out. James Wood at the plate here. Actually, we have 1 out, but he hits into a double play. And Sacramento will bring home the AAA World Series. Our AAA affiliate cannot come through. We already have a AA championship in this series. We do not have a AAA championship in this series. And now we're looking to the MLB World Series. You know, we've had a ton of guys come through in this organization and really come up and down. And going into this series, the only change we really make in our roster is moving Shea Wickham up and Tyler Black down. So Shea Wickham gets the start at second base here as we start the ALCS, and we will face the Houston Astros as they put Lance McCullers on the mound to face Troy Quincy here in game number 1. Why waste time? Let's get straight into the action. Here is Troy Quincy facing Kyle Tucker in a leadoff walk. Quincy's problem last time he got a start in these playoffs is that he allowed way too many base runners. Even though he did get a lot of double play balls, we got to limit those base runners. Alex Bregman comes to the plate now, hitting 154 in the playoffs. They will send Tucker, but Alfaro is having none of it. How many guys will he throw out here in the playoffs? That was an absolute laser. I don't know what these managers are thinking sending their guys. That throw it couldn't have been more perfect. Alex Bregman continues this at bat, though. He hits one well away from the shift, and that one will be a single. So now they have a man on first again, bringing up Yordan Alvarez, who swings at one a little bit out of the zone, and he will pop up in the infield to Willy Adames, and we will get out of this first inning. Lance McCullers is one of the best pitchers in the MLB today. He will face this tough Nashville lineup. We are red hot coming into this series as Adames comes up and hits a tapper in front of the plate for the first out of the game. Kerry Doss comes up next, and that will be a slider on the outer half, and that one will be a swing and miss. Bringing up Rafael Devers now with 2 outs. He gets another slider, and he will not make contact either. So Lance McCullers goes 1-2-3 in his first inning of action. Troy Quincy back on the mound still in the second inning, and that one's going to be an athletic catch by Kerry Doss. Doss takes over at first base after really being behind Jesus Aguilar for the first few seasons and learning from the big fella. Then we get a ground ball to Devers at third, and we get through this second inning. 1-2-3. That's going to bring us to the bottom of the second inning now. Jacob McCarthy, who was absolutely tearing the cover off the ball in the last couple of games in the ALDS, he will walk here with 1 out. Taylor Trammell has already homered twice here in the playoffs as he gets an inside fastball. That one will be popped up behind the plate. He actually has 3 home runs, 1 in each game so far. Lance McCullers has 2 outs here in the second inning as that is going to bring up Jorge Alfaro, who has kind of been struggling at the plate, but behind the plate, he is really doing well. But he gets a hold of one deep to center field. This one back over the wall. It's a home run. He goes right back up the box with it, and that ball just kept carrying. 422 to dead center. It's 2-0 here for Nashville. Shea Whitcomb comes up to the plate. Welcome back to the majors for Shea Whitcomb. He hits one well to left center. How about him taking over for Tyler Black at second base? And he ends up with a triple as he gets back into third. Thought he can go home on that one, but the backup was there. Enrique Bradfield comes to the plate now. He hits one to left field. This one will be deep, but it will be run down just in front of the warning track. But it's a 2-0 start here for the Stars. The offense is still hot here as we start this game, as Devers comes up here in the third inning, and he will walk. I'm telling you, you can't do this to us. You cannot let us get free base runners. Dom Thompson Williams to the plate now. In a 1-2 pitch, he will swing at a low pitch, but that one could have went either way. A good pitch right there by McCullers. Good command. So a 2-0 early start here for Nashville. You love to see it here from this lineup, really hitting the ball well. But here is Houston finally getting going with their bats. And they start out the fourth inning here with a lead-off single. That brings up their best hitter, Alex Bregman. Outside pitch, but somehow gets ahead of it, and it is going to be fair down the left field line. Trammell comes up throwing to the cutoff man. Adames with a hard throw home, and the slide is even better. Altuve comes around to score. It is now a 2-1 ball game here for the Nashville Stars, still holding on to this 1-run lead. Yordan Alvarez, who was one of the best MLB The Show players, as he hits one hard to center field. 1 out now. That brings up Max Muncy to the plate now. Hitting in that 5 spot, they have so many great bats in their lineup, much like the Toronto Blue Jays had. 2 outs. That brings up Ha-Sung Kim. He gets a hold of one to left field. This one's going to be back at the wall, and it keeps going. Home run for Ha-Sung Kim. Welcome back to Nashville. Ha-Sung Kim was a guy that I traded literally because he could not hit the baseball. He was an excellent defensive shortstop, but he just could not produce. And what do you know it? In his return to Nashville, he hits a go-ahead homer in the playoffs. Tim Anderson comes to the plate now with 2 outs as Houston grabs this 1-run lead, and we do get him to ground out to Willy Adames. On to the 6th inning now. Troy Quincy still on the mound. He's actually pitching a pretty good game here. His 89th pitch of the game will just be a blooper to right field. But in such a close game, I need to think about if Troy Quincy can get out of this situation. I decide to chance it. Troy Quincy is really good at getting double play ground balls, but I decided to go to Joel Payamps. He has not given up a run here in the playoffs through three innings, and he is very good in relief efforts. That's going to bring up Bregman, who had that RBI double earlier that scored Altuve. He goes down looking. The next batter comes up, and once again, Jorge Alfaro guns down. Altuve at second, trying to swipe a bag. Wow, I cannot believe runners still try to run on this kid behind the plate, as that will continue this at bat, but they will go deep to left field. Yordan Alvarez with his first homer of the playoffs. How about the Astros coming into Nashville? And they have the 4-2 lead here late in this game. Payamps continues this at bat now for the next batter. This one will be a fly out to center field. But we have some catching up to do here in game number 1. Lance McCullers is approaching 100 pitches. He will walk Devers here. 2 walks drawn for Devers in this one. Bringing up Dom Thompson Williams, hitting in that 4 spot as always. A 2-1 pitch, but he just hits a chopper to second base. Not going to be good enough to do anything in this one, but the overthrow will get him on second base. Jacob McCarthy to the plate now. Let's see if we can take advantage of an error. McCarthy cannot do anything. A line out to right field. And now we move on to the top of the 7th. Joel Payamps is still on the bump for us, as we haven't gone to the pin yet. And we got to start thinking about it now. We have some relievers warming up in the bullpen, as that brings up Corey Lee, who goes to right center. That one will be a single. And now they have runners on first and third here with 1 out. We finally decide to bring in Austin Pruitt to hopefully get us out of this situation. He did not have a good outing last time he was in this situation. He did give up a run, but we'll see what he can do here, facing Eloy Jimenez, who hits one well to left center. This one will be back. It will be caught by Bradfield, but they will tag up the runner here. It is now a 5-2 ball game. Houston manufacturing runs any way possible in this one, as that brings up Kyle Tucker, who was 0 for 2. He golfs one to left center. This one will get to the wall. How did he make contact with that pitch? It was low, and Kyle Tucker just went down and got it. It is now a 6-2 game. Houston shows up today with their bats, as that brings up Jose Altuve. He hits one hard to right field. This one's going to be back, but will be caught. And how about this game? 7-2 now as we move on to the top of the 9th. Altuve gets a second shot here. Bases loaded, and he crushes one deep to left field. This one is a no-doubt home run off of Cody Staszak. And it's now 11-2. Houston makes a statement here in game number 1. Altuve comes up big. He scored a run earlier. He goes deep on this one. And they end up getting this game 14-2 here in the 9th inning. I mean, they absolutely came in here and humbled the Nashville Stars. Last episode, we were on a high because we just absolutely blew the doors off of the Blue Jays. But Houston's a different team, it looks like. A lot of clutch hitting in this one. A lot of power bats through this lineup. I think they're built a little bit different than the Blue Jays. They have maybe the same talent level, but they have a lot of different hitters. Yordan Alvarez, also guys like Eloy Jimenez, Max Muncy. They have some like underrated guys in this lineup. And you see here as we move on to game number 2. Jack Leiter got the start today, and I am instantly regretting it after he gives up 4 runs in the first 2 innings. Facing Jose Urquidy is not easy either. Urquidy is such a good pitcher. We had him last year in our Denver Bears franchise, and he is blanking us so far. It's 5-0 as we move on to the 6th inning. Devers comes through with a solo home run. Then Dom Thompson Williams comes through with the home run for back-to-back jacks. And we're right back in this one. On to the 7th inning now. Shea Whitcomb and the bottom of our order go down 1-2-3 after a leadoff single by Alfaro. But then we get one more back as Dom Thompson Williams hits his 2nd home run of the game. It's now a 5-3 game. Now here we are in the 9th inning, at least going into the 9th inning. And now we have a man on second base. Shea Whitcomb is there with Enrique Bradfield at the plate. We will hop into this game to see if we can come through here for the squad. Enrique Bradfield gets a pitch right over the middle. This one will be a fly ball to left field, but it will bring up the top of the lineup, and you know who's there. It's Willy Adames. 0 for 4 today, but we'll see if he can come through. He gets an off-speed pitch, and he is just late on this one, and the Houston Astros will take the 2-0 lead here in the ALCS. I didn't see this coming. 2 straight home losses here for Nashville. Are we in trouble? Our bats are there. We got 11 hits in this one. Just need to make sure our pitching is shutting down their offense. So now we have 3 straight road games, as game number 3 will be Madison Bumgarner versus Luis Garcia. That one should be a good matchup, but can Nashville come back and get a couple of road victories as well? Hit subscribe, hit that like button, stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I hope the rain don't come in November, 'cause the summer went way too fast. I'm trying real hard to remember